Good evening, students. In the previous class, we started and completed venation, types of venations, reticulate, parallel, and various subtypes. And we have started types of leaves or kinds of leaves, which are basically classified into two types, that is simple leaf, compound leaf. And we have seen clearly what is a simple leaf. So a simple leaf may be of it is for recapitulation. This type of leaf is called simple leaf. Again, a simple leaf is having axillary bud. At the axillary bud. It may be without any incision, or curve, or without any folding. Here, a simple leaf may be like this. So here this is called incision, a cut, or a simple leaf bud. A simple leaf may be bud, axillary bud. So these are all three comes under simple leaves. Here this is called entire simple leaf. Entire simple leaf. These two are incised simple leaves, and here this is called pinnately simple leaf. Pinnately simple leaf. This is palmately simple leaf. Even though they were having incision, not up to the midrib, not up to the petiole. It may be a single pinna having single midrib, many midribs. And incision may be less, incision may be more. Less, even though it is not going to touch the midrib. More, it is not going to touch the petiole. But here also axillary bud, here also axillary bud, here also axillary bud. All these are forms are called simple leaf. Then what is a compound leaf? A compound leaf is that where the lamina is incised up to the midrib, or the lamina is incised up to the petiole. Lamina incised up to midrib, lamina incised up to petiole. This is called pinnately compound leaf. Pinnately compound leaf. This is called palmately compound leaf. So compound leaf is divided into pinnately compound leaf, palmately compound leaf. Again, now what is a compound leaf? Let us see. A compound leaf lamina is incised up to the midrib. Here it looks like this. This is called a compound leaf. A compound leaf lamina is incised up to the midrib so that individual segments are formed here. These individual segments are called leaflets. What are these? They are not considered as simple leaf. These are called leaflets. And here this is called rachis. Midrib is called rachis. On the rachis, so many leaflets are attached. This is a compound leaf. So here, what is the difference between a simple leaf and compound leaf? See here, in a simple leaf, even though it is like this, it is called simple leaf, only one leaf. My dear students, carefully watch here. Only one leaf. Even though it is dissected, only one leaf. Even though it is having structures like this, but only one leaf. The most important, watch here. In these three cases, each and every one is called a single leaf. It looks three, but a single leaf. It looks many. No, all these three comes under single leaf. Whereas here, these are called not simple leaf. It is a compound leaf. In a compound leaf, leaflets are present. It is not simple leaf. Then what is the difference between a simple leaf and compound leaf? In a simple leaf, in the axillary bud is present. Whereas in the compound leaf, in the axillary bud is present, but axillary bud is absent in the most important concept, my dear students. Leaflets does not possess axillary buds, but compound leaf may get axillary bud in the axillary bud in the axil. So which is common, whether it is a simple leaf or compound leaf? Statement, my dear students, whether it is a simple leaf or compound leaf, axillary buds are present at the axil of the simple leaf or axil of the compound leaf, but axillary buds are not present in the axils of the, and leaflets are absent in a compound leaf. Leaflets are present. Leaflets are present. So here, how we are going to understand how it is formed? Let us see that. What is lamina incised up to petiole? Here, whenever we see a leaf, lamina is see here. Here rachis is present, leaflets are present. Here no rachis, only leaflets are present. These are all leaflets. Leaflets, no rachis. Then where they were attached? They were attached to the tip of the petiole. All the leaflets are attached to the tip of the petiole. Why they were attached to the tip of the petiole? Because lamina is incised up to the petiole. Lamina is incised up to the petiole to form number of leaflets, and leaflets are found at a position, at a point. This point is called tip of the petiole. There is no rachis. Here, up to the midrib, rachis is present, leaflets are present. The concept of lamina incised, we will see here. To understand these and various other, we have to see here. We will take a simple leaf. Again, keep your concentration, otherwise simple topics you will miss. How to get this? Let us see here. This is a simple leaf having midrib. Simple leaf having a midrib, lateral veins, midrib, lateral veins. Now let us see incision means. Incision means cutting or dissecting the lamina like this, like this, like this. See here. So we have dissected the lamina here. We have dissected the lamina here. Dissected the lamina. Dissected the lamina. Dissected the lamina. We have dissected the lamina. Dissected the lamina. Dissected the lamina up to the midrib. Up to the midrib. Dissected the lamina up to the midrib. See here. Now this midrib is no more. Watch here. This midrib is no more. Now this midrib is converted into, and these lateral veins becomes, now it is a compound leaf. So a compound leaf is prepared like this. It means it is a simple leaf, and we know what is simple leaf. Simple leaf consists of a lamina, either dissected or undissected, but it will not reach up to the midrib, not reach up to the petiole. Three forms we have seen. After that, to understand this, lamina incised up to the midrib. So once upon a time, this lamina is like this. It was incised up to the midrib. Like this, it has developed into pinnately compound leaf. Lamina incised up to the midrib. Now, when it becomes a compound leaf, there is no midrib here. It is having its own name, that is rachis. And these are all called leaflets. Now it is not a simple leaf, it is a compound leaf. Now, to understand the second concept, lamina is incised up to the petiole. Lamina is incised up to the petiole. This is called petiole. This is leaf. Here, this lamina is incised up to the petiole. See here, this structure up to the petiole, up to the petiole, up to the So each and every leaflet, there is no lamina structure. Each and every leaflet found attached to the petiole. It means, to understand this is the petiole, and so many, this is the tip of the petiole, leaflet, 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 all are joined at the petiole. So this is a compound leaf. All these are called leaflets. So lamina incised up to the midrib, it may become a pinnately compound leaf. Lamina incised up to the petiole, palmately compound leaf. One of the following is the difference between a simple leaf and a compound leaf. Various options, my dear students, various types of options, where if we know the concept, while studying the 4 options, we can understand and we can predict the correct option. Is it not? Now, this pinnately compound leaf is again classified into various types. Pinnately compound leaf is again classified into various types. This pinnately compound leaf. Again classified into unipinnate. Unipinnate compound leaf. Make a note. Remember what is pinnately compound. Bipinnate. Bipinnately compound leaf. Tripinnate. Tripinnately compound leaf. Decompound. So, pinnately compound leaf is again classified into 4 different types. Let us see based upon what. Here question comes. Why it is classified into these? See here. Uni, single, pinna, midrib or rachis. See here. Pinnately compound leaf again classified into 2 different types. Peripinnate, imperipinnate. P-A-R-I-P-I-N-N-A-T-E, peripinnate, imperipinnate, I-M-P-A-R-I-P-I-N-N-A-T-E. If we see the basic difference between what is peripinnate and imperipinnate, see here. Unipinnate and peripinnate. In this, single rachis and on the rachis, leaflets are found attached into even number. Even number. So whenever leaflets are in even numbers attached to the rachis, only one rachis, uni, peri, even number of two. Unipinnate and peripinnate compound leaf. Unipinnate and unipinnate, a compound leaf where if a single leaflet is at the tip, odd number of leaflets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Odd number of leaflets, imparipinnate. Example, neem, rose, tamarind. So, unipinnate means pinnately compound leaf. Pinna here means rachis. A single rachis, on a single rachis, so many leaflets, and based upon the number of leaflets, if they were even in number, pari, uneven in number, odd in number, imparipinnate. Bipinnate. Let us see what is a bipinnate. Bipinnate means here it is a pinnately compound leaf, but bi means two pinna. First one, which is called now primary rachis. Here only one rachis, in this case and in this case. Here first rachis, again rachis is divided into secondary rachis. Bipinna means two rachises, 1 and 2. First primary rachis is divided. So this is called secondary rachis. On the secondary rachis, leaflets are found. On the secondary rachis, if leaflets are found, this is called bipinnate compound leaf. Primary rachis, this is called secondary rachis. On the secondary rachis, leaflets are found. It means in a bipinnate compound leaf, two types of rachis are there. Rachis singular, rachi plural. Primary and secondary. So leaflets are found on the secondary. Examples: Mimosa pudica, touch me not plant. Acacia nilotica, a spiny bush which is a weed, everywhere it is found. Acacia nilotica, which is called kikar. Acacia nilotica, Mimosa pudica. If you see these plants, leaves are called pinnately compound leaf. In that bipinnately compound leaf, it means on the secondary rachi, leaflets are formed. Tripinnately compound leaf. Again here, tri means three. Primary rachis, see here. Secondary rachis, tertiary rachis. And leaflets are found on the tertiary. So primary rachis is divided into three divisions: primary, secondary, tertiary. Tripinnate. Examples: Moringa, Melia, so in these plants, leaflets are found on the tertiary rachis. Tertiary. A decompound leaf is that where rack is divided indifferently. So it divides like anything and it forms, example, coriandrum, coriander leaves, parthenium leaves, carrot leaves. Here, the primary rack is divisible into so how coriander leaves are found? There is no particular primary, secondary, tertiary. It is a decompound leaves means indefinite number of divisions. Primary rack is undergoes infinite number of divisions, which is called decompound. Example, coriander, spicy. Parthenium hysterophorus, weed plant, congress grass, carrot plant. The leaves are decompound. So what is a pinnately compound leaf? Pinnately compound leaf means the lamina is insected up to the midrib and midrib is modified into a rachis, and on the rachis so many leaflets are present. And leaflets does not possess any axillary bud, but the compound leaf itself possesses axillary bud at its base. If a question comes like this, my dear students, pinnately compound leaf is classified into 4 types. Listen carefully. Pinnately compound leaf classified into 4 types based on, they will ask A, B, C, D, E, F and multiple selection 1, 2, 3, 4. A and B are correct, B, C, D are correct, E, D and E only are correct. So possibility, pinnately compound leaf is classified into 4. See here, based upon the number of rachis. 1 rachis, 2 rachis, 3 rachis, many rachis. First concept, listen carefully. Pinnately compound leaf is classified into 4. Neat question, my dear students. AIMS, JIPMER, only concept oriented questions. Pinnately compound leaf is classified into 4 types based upon number of rachi present. First concept. It means here 1, here 2, here 3, many. Second one, number of leaflets present. 2 leaflets, second option. Third, position of leaflets on the rachis. Oh, leaflets are found on primary rachis, leaflets are found on secondary rachis, leaflets are found on tertiary rachis, leaflets are found on irregularly divided rachis. So these 3 are compulsory. They can give any one out of the 4 options or any multiple options, multiple selection type. But the thing is, memory based questions, remembering the examples. But unfortunately, all these details they have not given in the NCERT book. So this part is above the surface level of the textbook, extra matter and material to the students who are going to write competitive examinations. In the textbook, in the NCERT textbook, they have completed within a small paragraph what is a simple leaf and what is a compound leaf. And this is pinnately compound leaf. Now let us see palmately compound leaf. Lamina incised up to petiole. Palmately compound leaf, lamina incised up to petiole. We are going to study this concept. Palmately compound leaf as it is given. Lamina incised up to the petiole, and it is also classified into various types. Unifoliate compound leaf. UNIFOLIAT. Unifoliate. Bifoliate compound leaf. Trifoliate compound leaf. Tetrafoliate or quadrifoliate. Compound leaf. Pentafoliate, multifoliate. There are 6 different types. Unifoliate, uni means single. Bifoliate 2, trifoliate 3, tetrafoliate 4, pentafoliate 5, multi more than 5. What is this foliate means? Number of leaflets. So here lamina is incised up to the petiole to form leaflets. Lamina is incised up to the petiole to form leaflets, and leaflets are found attached at a point of tip of the petiole. Now, based upon the number of leaflets, based on the number of leaflets present, they were classified into 6 different types. Unifoliate, example, citrus or orange. If you see citrus or lemon leaves, see here. Only one petiole will be there. At the base, small structure will be like this, and it looks like leaf, but it is not simple leaf. It is a compound, that too palmately compound, unifoliate. See here, this petiole is looking some type of wings, winged petiole. Expanded winged petiole. To this petiole, leaflet is attached. This single leaflet attached to the petiole at the tip of the petiole. This is not looking like simple leaf, but it is not simple leaf. It is a unifoliate compound leaf or palmately compound leaf. This is called leaflet. So in a compound leaf, a single leaflet is present, so it is called unifoliate compound leaf. Bifoliate, examples, Begnonia, Hardwickia, Begnonia, Hardwickia, 2 different plants. Here to a common petiole, two leaflets are joined together. Generally, this type of leaf, these are called leaflets. Two leaflets together. Generally, we will see this during breakfast. If you go to hotel, they will bring idli or dosa, and the leaves they brought together. These two are called dosa. What we call vistaraku, addaku, like that. Example: two leaflets. Leaflets. Trifoliate compound leaf. Dolichos. Here, three leaflets found together. If there are three leaflets found together, trifoliate. So leaflets are found attached to the petiole at a position, at a point. Petiole. Here there is no rachis, there is no midrib. These are called palmately compound leaves. Based upon the number of leaflets, they are classified into various types. One leaflet, two leaflets, three leaflets, tetrafoliate or quadrifoliate. Example: Marsilia. In this, to the petiole at a point, so four leaflets are joined together at the tip of the petiole. Four leaflets, 1, 2, 3, 4, at the tip of the petiole. Quadrifoliate. Example: Penta 5. Gynandropsis. Gynandropsis. Gynandropsis pentaphylla. It consists of 5, just I have shown here. 4 are even in number, fifth one is these are even, this is odd. So whenever 5 leaflets are found, it is called pentafoliate compound leaves. Gynandropsis pentaphylla. Multifoliate, they have given this example: silk cotton in the textbook. Silk cotton, which is called Bombax regia. Only this word they have mentioned at the end of the types of leaves. In the textbook, at the end of the types of leaves, they have mentioned silk cotton, red silk cotton. Actually, it consists of more than 5. More than 5 leaflets. One, two, three, four, 5, 6 or 7. More than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If any compound leaf is having more than 5 leaflets, it is called multifoliate compound leaf. So here the concept is, simple leaf is A simple leaf consists of in its axial axillary bud. A compound leaf is made up of the lamina is incised up to the midrib to form rachis and leaflets, pinnately compound leaf, or lamina is incised up to the petiole to form without rachis, directly leaflets are attached to the petiole. These are called palmately compound leaf. They are called pinnately compound leaf. Again, they were classified into various types. So just now we have seen pinnately compound leaf is classified into 4 types based upon number of rachis, number of leaflets present, and position of the leaflets on the rachis, or number of divisions of the rachis. Here, palmately compound leaf based on the number of leaflets. A single leaflet, 2, 3, 4, 5, or more than 5. So these are the 2 questions generally in the PUC. At the end of PUC, they may ask, chances are there. Give examples or 1 mark questions, or each and every example is a objective type of question.